I have more energy than I had 1 month ago, and I didn't add anything to my life. I actually subtracted 3 things. Here they are. First, my phone stopped sleeping next to my bed. 2, I touch paper before I touch a device. And the third one really surprised me because it's less about sleeping more and more about being more present in the moment. Last week I gave you 1 page to measure your screen time, and whether you use it or not, you probably know the feeling. You pick up your phone for one small thing and suddenly your energy is gone even before the day has started. First off, my phone doesn't sleep in my bedroom. It charges in the kitchen. That's the rule. From last week's experiment, I saw that my sleeping hours fluctuate quite a lot, and that's because my phone was dominating both my morning and my evening hours. I used to think that the problem was that I was losing an hour of sleep in the evenings, but that wasn't the problem. The problem was that before I actually gave my brain a time to think, I was already attending to other people's agenda for my life. So now I try and do this. The first 30 minutes of my day are completely analog. A coffee, a notebook, and a pen. And I can feel the difference even before the day has gotten the chance to become loud. It's my first win of the day. And this is important. It's not about creating the perfect morning routine. It's about just creating a first battle that you can actually win before your day starts. Secondly, the new rule is that pen touches paper before I touch my phone. And I generally try and do the same thing in my notebooks every single morning. In my big notebook, I'll write down just where I am emotionally in the moment. I write down what's still hanging over from yesterday that I don't want to carry into the current day. And I'll write down anything that I maybe feel anxious about for that day, and I'll deal with that before I get to it. This is not a productivity moment first, it's just a centering moment for me. Then I'll open my pocket notebook and I'll just check out all the things that I wrote down yesterday and pull into today the things that I want to carry over. Now, very important, this is a step where I'll usually delete things that I realize are not that important. Once again, subtraction is key to intentionality. After I've migrated things from the last list to the current one, I actually prioritize them in terms of importance of getting done that day. And the point of these 2 notebooks is not to plan the day out perfectly. It's just to check in with myself and where I am before I connect to the internet. And look, I'm not giving you this advice from the mountaintop. I'm a couple of weeks into this. I've got a wife, 2 kids, and a full-time job. If this can survive my life, it can certainly survive yours. But the third boundary is the one that exposed the real issue for me. The third boundary is that I try and put a definite stop to my day. For me, it's 9:30. After that, no checking anything, no productivity, no planning, no research. I fully expected this to feel lazy, but I'm actually experiencing quite the opposite. Because for the first time, there's an end to my day. Now, obviously, there are exceptions to this. Remember, it's a boundary, not a hard rule. There are gonna be more busy seasons and less busy seasons. I think the important thing is just not to make this the norm. What I didn't expect from these boundaries is that I didn't get more energy from sleeping more. I just got more energy because I wasn't carrying so much weight from the previous day to the next day. I finished my day well, and I started the next morning well. 1 subtraction in the morning, 1 subtraction in the decisions that I make for that day, and 1 subtraction in the evening. That's how simple it is. That's the how. Now I want to turn to the why, because there's a why this is so crucially important. Let me be honest, every single time that I've been overwhelmed in my life, I've tried to add a new system. I tried to add a new morning routine that I found 11 p.m. at night scrolling or binge watching YouTube. And adding felt productive. Adding felt like I was getting somewhere. But actually, I was just adding more weight onto a day that was already buckling under the pressure. let me be candid about this, and I'm not even going to edit this section. I want you to just feel my emotion, and I want you to see that I'm trying to be honest with you. I really struggle with this one because there are these afternoons in my week, once or twice a week, where my energy will just dip dramatically because of responsibilities and choice fatigue and all these things. But my energy just, it's almost like I completely crash. And when I'm in that mindset, I gravitate naturally to mindless consumption. And I think that's because I'm just looking to switch off my mind for a while. I want to delay dealing with things, so I numb my brain with these mindless things in my life. And why boundaries are so important, because if I don't have these boundaries, I will gravitate to these useless things instead of being present for my family, instead of being present for my wife and my kids. So when I say living analog will give you more energy, I don't mean productive energy. I mean available energy. So I promised you more energy without adding anything, and here's what it looks like in your life. You don't need to copy my life. I just want you to answer these 3 questions. The first question, where will your phone be sleeping tonight? Secondly, how are you going to safeguard the first moments of your day from the overwhelming nature of the digital world? And thirdly, really easy, what time will be your switch off hard reset time in the evening? The Slow Club is officially launched. I'm so excited about that. It's not a funnel, it's not a product, it's not selling you anything. It's genuinely just a more quiet room for people who want to go a bit deeper into this intentional, more on purpose type of analog life. And genuinely, if it's not for you right now, that's fine. It doesn't change a thing. I'm still posting weekly videos right here. I'm just genuinely glad that you are here, and I enjoy making these videos for you. Next week, we are continuing this journey of creating systems to help us navigate the digital world and the overwhelm that it brings. I'll put that video up right here as soon as it's live. But until then, this is the video that YouTube thinks you should watch next.